What's up guys, Semi-Controller here, and today we're back with Farming Simulator 2022 Survival Roleplay, where we start out with a truck, a tractor, and a trailer, and some land, and we're going to try and become prosperous farmers and make some serious money. If y'all are hyped for this series, hit that like button, and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see y'all after that intro. Hit it! Well, we're back, and we got a lot of work to do today. The field needs to be rolled, so I'm going to have to go ahead and rent us a Baker tractor and a roller so we can go ahead and get this field rolled. And then we're getting rid of a piece of equipment and buying a new piece of equipment. So at the used vehicle store, they want to buy this plow off of us for $7 grand. And since it doesn't really work that well with the 30-20, I'm okay with that. As also, if assuming we're still on this farm, which we probably will be, we should be able to use disc on this, and there may be hopefully a discount on disc here in the future. But let's go ahead and get this plow loaded onto the trailer. That way we can go ahead and pick up our skid steer. Which they did accidentally sell the skid steer we prepaid for, so they've already told me that when I go in there, they are going to take $500 off. And it's from what they told me, it's a newer Kubota one. It's a newer Kubota skid steer. They were wanting 10 for it, but with this plus the 500, we are only going to end up paying $2,500, which is a pretty good deal on Kubota skid steer. Not pretty, but that gets it on there. Let's go ahead and get those straps on it, just so it doesn't try to... Alright, we're going to head over to the used vehicle store, and we're going to go ahead and get our new piece of equipment, which I'm kind of excited to have a skid steer. They did tell me when I sold the other one, they sold the bale spear that was attachment, but the other two attachments are still there. So we're going to still get those other two attachments as well, so yeah, that'll definitely be pretty interesting. Because that'll be nice to have a skid steer with a grabber for logs, because we're definitely going to be doing a lot more logging probably, especially during winter, because it's going to be basically all we can do, and we have a lot of trees on our property, so we should be able to hopefully make some decent money. Ooh, some changes have happened since I was last here. Damn, some changes really have happened. Alrighty, I'm gonna go check with them and see where they want us to put the plow in there, and to spend our money to grab our new piece of equipment. Well, after the trade-in of that plow and paying $2,500, we are now the owners of a new to us Kubota skid steer. This is the SV75, and it comes with the pallet fork and the brush and log fork, which are the ones I definitely wanted. So we're going to get this bad boy started. it's a nice cabin in. I'm gonna try and get this attachment and then figure out how the hell we get behind the power floor. That one's pretty damn easy there. Wait, hold on. Hold the phone. I gotta see this. It is a second gen Dodge Ram 2500 with a Cummins in it. This is the definition of a workhorse, if there ever was one. I like it. But we already got a truck and can't really afford to be spending money on extra equipment that we don't really need. Like, that's definitely the epitome of a truck we don't currently need. So, yep. Pull this back just a little bit. There we go. Get this. Go, trailer unfolded, and now time to get. I do like this Kubota. It runs very smoothly, and I like that like we're getting a somewhat more deep, like newer skid steer, because that New Holland they said had like a lot of miles on it. Like they said the reason they were selling it for the price they were was because it had like 12 years plus mileage on it. This Kubota has apparently only like 5, like it still has some mileage on it. It's about, I think they said 3 to 5 years old. Like because the dude that they got it from said that it was like 3, but when they looked at it afterwards, they said it looked like it could theoretically be 5 years. So they said basically split the difference, and it's probably about a 4-year-old Kubota, but like I said, still runs pretty great, still looks nice, tires still hold air, and the hydraulics definitely work on it quite well. So yeah, well, I'm going to get this pallet fork on there, and then we're going to head back to the farm, so that we can then get started with our next task for the day. Well, after getting that skid steer loaded on there, I went to the office to talk to them about a couple pieces of equipment they have. I asked them about that toe-tuned Dodge. They told me they want 15 grand for it. Not a bad price, but right now the Chevy's doing us pretty okay, pretty good. And as long as we continue to keep the Chevy, we should be fine. And then I asked him about this, because this is new, and we could definitely use this, especially with winter coming around. We could definitely use a newer, like a new living arrangement. This is a little little trailer, and it's got some decent living amenities in it. They want 10 for it, so yeah, it's going to be a minute. We might buy it after harvest potentially. That way we're not still living in a tent at that point, because especially with winter coming around, there's going to be snow, and we don't really want to be dealing with snow. Also, the used vehicle place offered a deal. I told him I would have to think about it, because it's basically me giving up a day's worth of work getting down the farm. But on this left side where they don't have any equipment, they want the grass cut on that, and they want to get rid of the clippings, obviously, because they are wanting to build like a separate service area for their showroom. That way they're able to go ahead and get all of their equipment like service without having to worry about like anything getting on their new stuff that they're trying to sell, or accidentally selling something that's not fully worked on yet. So they asked me if I'd be willing, if they gave me the mower they have in there, the Haveska, and the Massey Ferguson baler, if I would be willing to go ahead and do that, and I could keep the bales. pretty okay deal. I just genuinely don't really know. Like, that's a lot of money to be giving up for, like I said, it's a day's worth of work that we're losing if I say yes. But we're taking the bike because I have a feeling by the time I'm done with the roller and the tractor, I'm not going to really feel like driving back there. Because I don't honestly know how long it's going to take. Considering we have a decent-ish size field. But we'll have to see. But, yeah. Head to the vehicle store in town. Because these vehicle stores didn't have a roller or anything. And I asked them if they'd let me rent the John Deere tractor. And they told me basically that they can't really rent it out. They're still doing some servicing on it, which is another reason why they want some, like a separate area for their servicing. And I think it's cool, but like I said, that's like an undertaking and a half, especially because that Hevesca motor is small. Like, it would take forever to cut that area of land. That's why I just told them that if I said yes, it would end up being a day's worth of work gone for us on the farm. So, like I said, we'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and get that tractor. Well, after getting all the paperwork signed, we are renting this equipment for the afternoon. I told him I'm probably just going to bring this stuff back the next day, just because I don't feel like probably trying to have to bring this back, but we'll see. So that's why we took the dirt bike, is they store the dirt bike in their shop, so we'll be able to hopefully not have to worry about anything. I went ahead and rented this bigger Massey Ferguson to pull this one, as I was trying to find the cheapest option that could run this roller, and they tried to suggest me with like a large size tractor, and I told them I don't need a large size tractor. I have like at best a medium sized field, so a large tractor would just be overkill. But yeah, that little trailer looks nice. Maybe one day. But yeah, getting the good old Massey, which this gets pretty good speed, like 32. It's still slow, but it's faster than some tractors. Because I knew immediately that the 3010 definitely wasn't going to be able to run one of these, just due to the fact that like the 3010's barely got any horsepower. Which honestly, we get an opportunity, I may try and get a better tractor. Like, I know the used vehicle store have an older Massey and a newer John Deere, which they said they're thinking 25 on the newer John Deere, and for the Massey, they said they're probably thinking about 20 grand. But after everything was said and done with leasing, the tractor was about $19.93, but I'll let y'all know once we get back to the farm. Well, pulling up to the farm, and hopefully we're going to be getting started on this pretty quickly. I'd like to try and get this rolling done pretty nicely. And wait a minute, there's something missing here. Something that's supposed to be here. And it's not good. Not good at all. Wait, the fuck? So, out of all the things they could have stole off this, someone could have potentially stolen? Like, I know the truck was here. I know it was on this trailer. I took the bike out of it from right here. So, yeah. I don't know what the hell happened to my truck. That's not good, though. Because we can't really afford to be out of a truck right now. Because we're definitely going to need it soon. But, yeah. I'm not seeing him. Check around the property, make some calls, see if anyone has found the truck. Yeah, it's not on this side of the property. But yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, make some calls and see if anyone knows where my truck may have went, because this is not a good expense to have to worry about right now, sitting at 19 grand. But I guess we're gonna go ahead and call around. Well, I called around to everywhere I could think of, and no one has seen my truck, so I ended up calling the police, letting them know that it's been stolen. They said they'd keep an eye out for it and let me know soon. But just grand, just what I needed. No truck. It figures that this would happen before I even got the skid steer off, because I can't, like, these ramps are extremely heavy, and I honestly don't know if they can come like down without the help of like like if they can come down without a truck. So I guess for the time being, we're gonna go back to business as planned. We're gonna go ahead and get this roller started and get started on the rolling, cause like, damn, this is a big ass roller. This may not take super long. As wide as this roller is, it may take 2-3 passes, but we should hopefully be able to. It's gonna take a few more because I definitely missed a splotch, but yeah. Damn, this thing is wide. We'll definitely have to get one of these when we have more money. But yeah, that's not looking to be the case anytime soon, unfortunately, because, yeah, this whole no truck situation is kind of not good. Because, yeah, we're definitely going to need that truck later for harvest. We're going to need it for when we're trying to get equipment to and from places. So, yeah, it's just not a thing I'm looking forward to having to deal with. That's a lot of money that's going to be getting lost if we have to buy it. Like I said, the insurance on the truck's alright, but basically my insurance, they won't do anything with it until we've confirmed that the truck was found. So, yeah, it's going to take a bit before we get that fixed. But, like I said, hopefully we can get something situated. Like I said, I don't really need to be spending money on new equipment right now because of everything going on. I definitely have to worry about this new truck situation. But I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this field rolled, and hopefully by the time we're done, we get some news. Because it looks like this tractor is going to be going back today after all. Well, we got that field done pretty dang quickly, and we got a phone call from the police department. So they were like, so we have good news, we got bad news. And I was like, okay, what's the good news? They're like, oh, we found your truck. It's like, oh, well, bad. I'm like, yeah, your truck is totaled. And it's like, fuck. And they're like, yeah, apparently whoever stole it ended up driving it into the river, engine first, and yeah. Like, you're going to buy a new engine entirely if you can get it to work, as most of the truck was submerged, and we don't know how long it was like that, so you probably have some frame damage, like some water inside the frame of your truck. And I'm like, lovely, just what we needed, another expense. But I did contact the insurance company. They told me that with this and verification the truck has been found, they're going to work on trying to get me the reimbursement check for that, but they said it could be a bit, so we're gonna have to worry about trying to get another truck, which is lovely because I really don't have a lot of money to be spending on a new truck right now. But on the plus side, there is a truck that I know that's only 15 grand, but the problem is it means we're spending another 15 grand, which will only leave us with about a little under 5 grand as we're spending money, which isn't really spending money, it's going to be operating costs, because we're probably going to have to rent another bigger tractor probably, and a sprayer at some point to spray herbicide, and Herbicide by itself isn't cheap, so yeah, not looking forward to having to deal with that again. That's gonna be great. Lovely. I swear, train. The worst opportune time. But yeah, so we're gonna kind of just play things by ear. We're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna try and wait it out a little bit and hope we can get. I'm trying to think if there's anything we need the truck for specifically right now, because other than getting everything unloaded off of the trailer, there's not really a lot I can think of. But of course, there's always something that could come up that I'm not thinking about. But I'm gonna return this, get on the dirt, get the dirt bike, and we're gonna kind of try and think about it and see if there's anything we need it for. Well, so as far as I can think, we should hopefully be fine for a little bit without the truck. No skid steer is problematic. But I think we're just going to go ahead and buy the truck. Because honestly, the worst that can happen is we buy the truck and we get reimbursed a little bit later. And then we have what money we spent on the truck back. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. We may end up actually taking them up on their offer to cut all this and bale it, especially because they said we could keep the bales. Like this old Massey Ferguson in here only does the small square bales, but we could probably bale pretty quickly with this. So yeah, like we may definitely be able to do that, but I'm gonna go talk to them about this truck and see if maybe I can negotiate down a little bit. So we'll see. I'm hoping. Well, I was able to talk them down a little bit from their 15 stance of 15 grand to 14,750. So now we own ourselves a new to us truck. But this is a pretty nice truck. It's got a gooseneck hitch on it and an adjustable hitch, so that should be pretty nice. We're gonna go ahead and grab this truck. And then we'll grab our bike and I'm gonna throw it like just over here into the strap on there, and we're gonna go ahead and get this back to the farm and see if there's anything else we need to do. I do want to try and go ahead and get the skid steer and its attachments off. Man, this thing's got some serious get up and go. Reminds me of the Chevy, but like I said, hopefully the insurance company will be quick with their getting the money to us so that we can hopefully have enough money to get our last required piece of equipment we're going to need for harvest, which is that trailer, the gravity wagon. And they did think, I made sure with them that they did put something on that, and they said what their process typically is on the items they put like a sticker that says do not sell prepaid. Unfortunately, they forgot to when I paid for the skid steer, and so the skid steer got sold. But I won't argue because we ended up getting this pretty solid deal on the Kubota. Get that attached and get that folded down. And I'm gonna go ahead and shut that off. The Ram 2500 and Cummins 24 valve turbo diesel. Man, get this running. I think it takes a second, but help if I take the straps. Definitely forgot those were still on. Maybe that's why everything else was still here. It was all strapped down. They couldn't. But they theoretically could have taken the John Deere or the Combine. Which with the John Deere, it's kind of old, so maybe that's why they didn't take it. It's an older vehicle. Go ahead. Drop this here. Nice and gentle. There we go. And then we're gonna grab this brush fork. I'm pretty sure there's still a tree over there from when we were cutting down trees. I'll test and see how good this skid steer does at getting it, because that's mainly going to be its job around here rather than unloading pallets off of the trailer. Remember to raise that before I try backing up. Ooh, this thing turns pretty nicely though. Nice little bit of turn. Yes, see, I'm pretty sure it's like over. Yeah, I see it. Okay. Alright. See if we can get this bad boy out of here. Okay, yeah, it's too large, but we should be able to do it once it's been cut down a little bit. But we'll have to, I guess, hopefully make some decent money on lumber. Hoping we make some good money on the lumber. But I'm going to say it's probably a good place to end that for the day. If y'all enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more content like this, and see y'all in the next video. Peace out, squad.